All right, today's episode, WTF, what the freak happened? That works. What happened to my knee? I got a little scare this week. Uh, Man, before I start, I just want to say special shout out to Gold BJJ. This rash guard, I love it. Super comfortable. The stupidest things make me happy. This mesh, breathable mesh. Love rolling with this. Just love wearing it all together. Back to the topic. What happened this week? Well, after a 2 week, not vacation, break from jiu-jitsu because of work and all that stuff. Yeah, I had to, work. But I came back to jiu-jitsu. I was so excited, super pumped. I felt fresh. I felt relaxed. I didn't feel like I took too much time off and start feeling weird and stuff. And what am I doing? I just felt normal. It took a couple minutes to do the stretches, warm up a bit, and it's all coming back to me. I had some really good rounds. When I walked in there, I'm like, okay, let me just really focus on, keeping close to my partners or whoever I roll with, have a good amount of pressure on them, really just focus on that, and trying to eliminate as many stupid mistakes as possible, like really focusing as if it was almost like a tournament style, and I don't want to lose any points or positions, just try and stay on top or in the better position as long as possible. So that was good. I felt great. One thing I noticed is whenever I train or we do sessions that involves, let's say, me being on my knees or more like doing some type of wrestling, you want to do you want to do a big step out, or if you use your knee in order to, I don't know, take someone down or whatever, or just starting in a position on your knees. When I do that, I feel okay, it's uncomfortable, but there's no pain throughout the session. Then I feel perfectly fine. I go home, I was super happy. I had a good couple of rounds. Breathing was okay. I was expecting worse, but I wasn't breathing like a damn horse or anything crazy. But it was a great session. It was fun. I was very happy to be there. I was so happy when I left. That feeling when you get when you go to a gym or even jiu-jitsu or whatever, you finish your session, you're like, okay, I did it. Wow, I'm back, I'm motivated, all this shit, whatever. I went home, took a shower. It was perfectly okay. Very proud of myself. Slept like a baby because I was exhausted. Woke up the next morning. I couldn't go down the fucking stairs. What happened? My right knee. I couldn't apply pressure while walking down the steps. So I had to do one step at a time. So it was super awkward. And I felt what happened? What kind of trick is this? I was great last night. I was perfectly fine. I didn't hear any cracks, anything moving, or I thought I didn't hear anything or felt anything weird. I know that maybe there was 1 second that I was uncomfortable on my knees, but nothing like a severe pop or anything. But that was the case, and I couldn't go down the steps. And I woke up. I told my son, go down. Daddy's gonna come down right after you. And down I did, very slowly. And my wife saw me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I think so." So shit like that scares me because I know this happens in the past too, where I've trained or started in these positions on my knees, and it's it hurts and whatever. But then the next day is holy shit. And this was one of them. A few days later, of course, the next day, a few hours later, I was fine because I was moving more and more. But the next day, I was much better. Still a little bit of pain going on the stairs, but perfectly fine. And the pace was much faster. And by the third day, I was okay, I'm healed. But wow, that was crazy. The best way I can describe it is I got a bruise on my knee. It felt like that. So these things scare me because as someone who's screwed up their back many times and had MRIs and gone on the machine and couldn't walk for, I don't know, a few weeks to having this pain for a few months. When it comes to things like the back or your knees or ankles or anything like that, something that can really stop you from moving, I wouldn't mind well, it's not I wouldn't mind. I don't want to get hurt, but let's say if I had an injury on my hand or my elbow, okay, it sucks, it hurts, but at least I can use my other hand and I can still go on with my everyday life or do things slowly and just be more cautious. When you break your knee, it's like, or hurt your knee, it's like you're completely down. Same goes for the back. I'm like, just talking about it right now, I have like this mental. I still remember in my memory that pain shooting through my back, and the point of this show is when you have this, guys, and you're going through the pain, and you're like, okay, it's nothing crazy. It's a bruise type. It's very sensitive when I do something specific. In this case, when I go down the stairs. So what should I do? Well, what you do is don't agitate it even more. That's what I think. Because if I went to the gym the next day or the day after, let's say, even though I would have just made it worse. I think I truly believe that. And sometimes doing the smartest thing is not what you think is the right thing at the time, but you should still do it. So the best thing was to rest. So I'm resting now. Feels much better. I can probably do the air bike later, the assault bike, or sorry, the echo bike. I can probably do that. I'll see if it actually adds more pressure to my knee. But girls and guys, be careful. When you can feel great and you have a great session, and the next day you're like, holy shit, what just happened? Yeah, again, listen to your body. This was I was like scared for a little bit because the idea of not going down the stairs, like, I felt like I woke up in a dream, like or a nightmare. Like, what is this? I was perfectly fine. It's one thing to get hurt the night of, and you're like, okay, I expect more pain tomorrow. But when you're perfectly fine, the next day it's like, holy shit, my knee stopped working at a certain degree. Yeah, it scared me a bit. So guys, be careful. Of course, another way to improve this is, buying a good pair of knee pads. I always thought about this. I never purchased them. I've seen there's so many good ones now. Some of them are expensive, but I'm not talking about those like $100 knee pads. I'm not gonna buy that shit. There's so many like knockoff brands, and I'm sure they're just as good. Like with a little bit of gel on where the knee would go, and they'll have little straps so you can adjust the pressure and all that stuff. So I would probably buy them, get a set for like $30, and just to have them. I don't want to roll with them all the time. But if I do see a session or I see that my knee is hurting, at least I can wear that, and it's gonna prevent me from getting injured. Same with jiu-jitsu tape or whatever. Sometimes I would hurt my ankle, and it will be stiff. I'll just take some. You can even use hockey tape if you want, of course. But I use some jiu-jitsu tape. Actually, I use the one from Bighorns. Bighorn. Where are they? We got a shout to these guys too. They're great too. So Bighorn Athletics. Camera, autofocus. Let's try that. So they also have this medical tape too. So you can use this like on your, on your wrist or on your ankle, and it's perfectly thick. And this one actually has like ingredients inside. I forgot what it has inside infused, but thick tape, hockey tape too. Can work and wrap up my ankle. It looks weird, but it provides a little bit of more support. So the same idea with a knee brace or elbow pad or whatever when you do jiu-jitsu, that little sleeve can actually help you a little bit. Same with jiu-jitsu. I haven't got jiu-jitsu ear, those big ear. Well, I have big ears. That's obvious. But what I mean is I haven't got my ears like to a degree where it's full of blood and not to inject, like remove the blood and all that stuff. And of course, to prevent that, you would buy like a wrestling cap or whatever to protect your ears. That's something else I want to buy. There was like one or two times I felt like I needed that. So again, guys, to prevent yourself from injury, get some good, always have tape on hand when you're doing jiu-jitsu, any martial art, to wrap up your ankles, your knees, not your knees, but your ankles and your wrists. You could buy somewhat of a good knee brace, athletic knee brace with straps and a little bit of gel on the tip to help make your knee more comfortable, to prevent that. And also they have something similar for the elbows, and a headgear forever. You get those, so you have sensitive ears from rubbing, from wrestling or jiu-jitsu or whatever. Yeah, because this week was really scary for the morning, at least. In the morning, I was like, what the hell, will I be okay? Luckily, I started work later in the day. And by the time I started my shift, I was like perfectly fine. So, yeah, guys, take care of yourself. Be cautious. shit happens. WTF? What the freak or what the fuck? But yeah, that was a scary day. So that's what this episode's about. I was gonna take today off, but I just thought about it. I'm like, yeah, let me just tell people this shit happens. You know, if it happens to you, hope you guys can relate. Do you do what I do and you take a couple days off, or you just like, no, fuck it, I'll just do it anyways. I'll just continue training. I personally think it's not the best idea. I don't think you guys have anything to prove to anyone besides yourself. Like, if you are a tough person, regardless if you're training, you're already doing 90% of what people can do. So that's awesome. Just that if you do get hurt or something weird appears in the morning after your training session for the next day, yeah, just question it. Take caution. And also, damn, going to your cold plunge. My cold plunge needs a tune-up, a cleanup. There's solid ice in there. I have to, winter's over and I have to replace my cold plunge somewhere else, and I have to chiller and clean it all up, or else I'm pretty sure I would have felt even better or recovered much faster. And as well, my sauna is there too. Yeah, so that recovery has to start kicking in soon. The weather's changing. I can go back to doing that, clear my backyard a bit, because I have, dad duties outside to do as well. And yeah, guys, take care of yourself. Anything happens to you, just stop, ask yourself questions, ice it, don't risk it. Whatever you're gonna do, just take care of yourself. Be careful, guys. All right, nerds, have a good one. Later, bye.